Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to my weekly real estate vlog. This week I wanted to talk to you about why use a property manager for your investment property. So I've jotted down several points to quickly cover off on to why I think it's a really good idea to employ a professional property management company or agent to look after your investment property. So the first point I wrote down was saving time. So if you employ an agency or property manager to look after your property, you're going to save a huge amount of time. So they will obviously do open inspections, they'll source a tenant, they'll do the ingoing and outgoing inspections, they'll do the quarterly inspections on your property, they look after all the finances, all the bills, all the outgoings, water, council rates, land tax, everything. And also any headaches that are involved with management of the property, you don't have to do anything. So essentially a landlord's responsibility is just to ensure the property is in good condition, and the agent can look after absolutely everything else for you, including maintenance and stuff too. So it will save you a huge amount of time, especially if you're a little bit unlucky and getting a bad tenant. The second point I wrote down is the agency that you employ should be very professional and knowledgeable. So they should have fantastic knowledge of the Tenancy Act. So if there ever is a problem with a bad tenant, then their knowledge of the Act and when they need to serve particular forms to, for example, get a tenant out or make an application to SACAT, which is the government body for tenancy issues, that forms have to be served in the correct manner and the correct time frame. So the agent should have a very good understanding of the Tenancy Act, which if you are a landlord just doing everything yourself, you may not know that. And if you do something at the wrong time, that could jeopardize your outcome significantly. So you've got a much higher risk by not employing somebody who's knowledgeable and experienced with managing tenants. The third point I wrote down is an agency will have really good resources and systems in place. So for example, we have amazing cloud-based property management software that handles every single rental property of ours, and then you have like a login for a landlord portal where you can extract information and statements and see where your tenant is paid to. So they're just fantastic management systems, but also financial management systems. So we log rents and bills and payments and everything to produce statements. So if you're a private landlord, you'd have to run everything in a spreadsheet, which would be very time consuming, unless you're an accountant or something. But it's probably the most enjoyable thing in the world to do that, on a Saturday afternoon when you prefer to be at the pub or something. Another thing that's really important is a real estate agency has fantastic access to advertising resources, so online advertising, which the public don't have access to, and tenant checking systems. So we check every single tenant on national databases to see if they've defaulted in the past, which will reduce your exposure to obtaining bad tenants. So those points are extremely important. The last thing I wrote down is obviously the real estate agent manages all the maintenance with the property. So say for example, you need to replace hot water systems and you need to get a couple of quotes to do that. The real estate agent will manage everything. So say for example, if you're managing a property yourself and the hot water service blows on a Friday afternoon and you're at work and you're busy, you don't have time to muck around to look after that. So your real estate agent will ring around, get quotes and get it repaired as soon as possible because it's deemed as like an emergency item. So the agent will look after all the maintenance and everything to do with the property. And the agent's responsibility as well is to make sure they get the highest return for you. So they'll assess the market every time there's a lease renewal and see if they can increase rent to get a higher rental return. So because we're in touch with the market every single day, our knowledge of what we can achieve in rents is probably superior to that of somebody who's not in the market every single day and doing this every single day. So we can get you a higher return on your investment while saving you time and stress and look after everything for you. So those are a few points I thought are really important as to why you should use a professional property manager to look after your investment. If you have any questions, let me know. Thanks for tuning in once again. Don't forget to subscribe as well. And I look forward to catching up with you next week. Take care. Bye-bye.